In today's video, we're going to be talking about 4 times an NHL star switched teams and was never the same player again. The first player we're going to be talking about is David Clarkson, and I know a lot of you probably aren't going to say or consider that he was ever a star, but in my opinion, if you score 30 goals in the NHL, you are a pretty high caliber player, and that is exactly what David Clarkson did in the 2011-12 season with the New Jersey Devils, putting up 30 goals and 16 assists in 80 games played. David Clarkson was an undrafted rookie that the New Jersey Devils took a chance on and signed as a free agent in 2005, and he would go on to make his NHL debut in the 2006-7 season, where he played in 7 games and posted 3 goals and 1 assist for 4 points, and he really did earn himself a full-time gig with the squad for the next couple of seasons. In the summer of 2013, David Clarkson would become a free agent, and he was probably the most sought-after forward of that whole summer, especially coming off those 2 very solid seasons with the New Jersey Devils. He was 29 years old at the time, and the Leafs took a chance on David Clarkson, expecting him to come in and be the biggest goal scorer on their team. They signed him to a 7-year, $36.75 million deal, and he only played 2 seasons with the Toronto Maple Leafs, playing in 60 games in the 2013-14 season and 58 games in the 2014-15 season, putting up just a total of 26 points in his career with the Toronto Maple Leafs. He then went on to play for the Columbus Blue Jackets and is currently a member of the Vegas Golden Knights roster, where he is still getting paid money from that contract that the Toronto Maple Leafs once signed him to, and he's never been the same player that he was back when he scored 30 goals with the New Jersey Devils. Next up is Wade Redden. Wade Redden was a 2nd overall pick in the 1995 NHL entry draft by the New York Islanders, but he would never play a game with the team, as he started his playing career in the NHL off with the Ottawa Senators, as he played in all 82 games in his rookie season, putting up a very solid total of 13 points. He was so reliable and so good for the Ottawa Senators throughout his career. He played 10 seasons with them, and they only missed out on the playoffs with Wade Redden on the team only once, and he put up a career high of 50 points in 65 games in the 2005 season. But then in the summer of 2008, he became an unrestricted free agent, and he would go on to sign a 6-year, $39 million deal with the New York Rangers, and they really did think that was going to be their franchise defenseman, but he was not the same defenseman he was when he played with the Ottawa Senators, as he put up only 26 and 14 points with the Rangers before going to play in the American Hockey League in the 2010 and 2011 season, before finishing his playing career off with the St. Louis Blues and the Boston Bruins. Next is Tampa Bay Lightning legend Vincent Lecavalier, getting drafted 1st overall in the 1998 draft by the Tampa Bay Lightning, coming out of the QMJHL, where he put up 102 and 115 points in his 2 seasons there, and he broke onto the scene in his rookie year, putting up 28 points in 82 games. His career high was 108 points in 82 games in the 2006-7 season with the Tampa Bay Lightning, and he really did have a great lengthy career with the team and will go down in history as one of, if not the greatest Tampa Bay Lightning players of all time. But in the 2012-13 season, the Tampa Bay Lightning would go on to buy out their captain Vincent Lecavalier, and the Philadelphia Flyers were quick to come in and pick him up from free agency. Lecavalier was 33 at the time, and he would sign a 5-year, $22.5 million deal with the Philadelphia Flyers, and he did play decent for them, having one 20-goal season, but at his age, and the game was getting faster and faster, and his speed was just declining, he would never be the same player he was when he played in his prime for the Tampa Bay Lightning. He would then go on to finish his NHL career with the Los Angeles Kings, but Vincent Lecavalier will go down as one of the NHL's all-time great players, and in my opinion will most likely be a Hall of Famer. And the last player we're going to be talking about is Scott Gomez. Scott Gomez really is one of the all-time great players to play for the New Jersey Devils after they drafted him with the 27th overall pick in the 1998 NHL entry draft. Coming out of the WHL, where he played with the Tri-City Americans, having his best season in his final year before going pro with the Americans, playing in 58 games and putting up a total of 108 points, but a lot of teams passed on Scott Gomez due to his size, but he really showed them all wrong as he burst onto the scene in the 1999 season with the Devils, playing in all 82 games in his rookie campaign, putting up a total of 70 points, and Scott Gomez would go on to have a very lengthy and good career with the New Jersey Devils, where his career high came in the 2005 season, putting up a total of 84 points. Scott Gomez was a good player in the regular season, but he will mostly be remembered for his fantastic play during the Stanley Cup playoffs, as he has a total of 149 playoff games and 29 goals and 72 assists for 101 total points. Those are some very good numbers from Scott Gomez. In 2009, the New Jersey Devils would go on to trade Scott Gomez to the Montreal Canadiens in exchange for Pavel Valentenko, Doug Yannick, Chris Higgins, and Ryan McDonough. Scott Gomez would not be the same player for the Montreal Canadiens and would go on to finish his career playing with a couple of teams including the San Jose Sharks, the Florida Panthers, the St. Louis Blues, and the Ottawa Senators. Scott Gomez had a fantastic NHL career, but it will mostly be remembered for the time he spent with the New Jersey Devils. So that is going to wrap up the video. I really hope you guys did enjoy. I'm not trying to throw shade at any of these players. They were all fantastic. Well, besides like David Clarkson, in my opinion, he was kind of a one-hit wonder, but I guess he did have potential and he was hit with a bunch of injuries. But all in all, I'm not trying to hate on any of these players. I just thought it would be a fun video to make. Let me know down in the comment section what other NHL players you think weren't the same after they switched teams. So like I said, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please make sure to drop a like and subscribe to the channel for daily NHL content, and I'll see you guys all in the next video.